Greetings. This is Minister Michael Muhammad on behalf of ArchAngel Human Development. We're coming up on Father's Day, and I was recently, a few hours ago, speaking to an associate of mine, real upstanding young brother, family man, business owner, owns multiple businesses, made it to the top of his profession and very wealthy, so he's able to more than amply provide for his family. He's charitable in his own way in the community and abroad. He mentors younger men going into his profession. Very consistent man who not only runs 3 or 4 businesses, but has found time to engage in a full-time employment scenario that requires travel. So he's a very productive man with no time for foolishness, who is always, whenever I've seen people ask for his aid and assistance for any worthwhile cause, he has never hesitated to respond favorably. And so his birthday just passed a few days ago, and I asked him, what did you get for your birthday? Did you get what you wanted for your birthday? And to my chagrin or shock or surprise, he said, no. He said, I never get anything on my birthday. He said, nobody ever asks me what I want for my birthday. Now, he told me something he wanted. It was something very small, something that very simple. But what prompted me to make this video is that here's a man that gives to his family above and beyond. His children, the mother of his children, they live very, very, very comfortably. There is nothing that they desire that he does not and is not able to provide for this brother, including his mother, his aunties, and the rest of his family. He's there for them. But in the midst of that, nobody asks him ever what they can do for him. And that's what is sticking with me. That somehow we as a people have been socialized to devalue fatherhood, devalue black men who are trying to be correct in practicing the principles and obligations of what it means to be a father to the best of one's ability and circumstance. Here is a man who is giving to others, but nobody thinks to give back to him. And so I'm wondering, do you give back to your father? Is there any black man that you know is a giver, is a doer, is always sacrificing himself to the best of his ability to be a provider, a maintainer, a defender, a protector, a guide, a teacher, an uplifter of his loved ones and others, that you've never taken the time to stop and ask that man, what could you do for him? Why is it that black men in particular, and I don't know about white men, maybe many of them feel the same way, but I have to admit that in my practice, business practice, in my ministry and my service, in my associations and friendships that this is not a new theme. This is actually a recurring theme with the majority of black men that I interact with, that it seems as though even the ones who attempt to be an example father to the best of their abilities are still never reciprocated with a sense of appreciation, a sense of valuing their effort. And I want to challenge those of you who take the time to watch this video to understand that this is a principle in the universe that you must nurture. You must nurture your seed. And so the seed does not come from the woman. The seed comes from the man. And so without the seed, there is no life. And so if the man is the possessor of life, and without his seed, there is no life, then of course man has an obligation to try to provide what the seed needs to grow. And so if you find a man who is, to the best of his circumstance and ability, constantly struggling and striving to provide and nurture and protect his seed, then why is it so difficult for so many of us to not value black men? What is it about us that makes us so easy? I'm talking about those of us who do everything that society and many women complain that we don't do. The ones of us who do that, who are not the stereotype, who break the stereotypical mold and can legitimately be called good fathers. What is it in us that we still do not give them the love, affection, appreciation, and gratitude that they deserve? And if you are if you are one person or a person who is guilty of this, then I want to challenge you to look deep down into your heart and your spirit and try to investigate your thinking that allows you to never show appreciation and respect, proper respect for a good man, a good father. What is it in us that allows us to be so niggardly toward black fathers?